And as you know, I'm introducing entrepreneurs to our congregation and our television viewing audience because I believe it's important for us as a people to understand that entrepreneurialism is not easy, but when you've been called to do it, that you have to persevere regardless as to challenges and circumstances. And so I'd like for Cynthia, and I'm probably going to mess this up, but Olavarria Kaufman. Cynthia, please come. Give the Lord a hand praise for Miss Cynthia. Please step right up. I think that works. Well, good morning, Cynthia, and welcome to Victorious Life Church. You are an entrepreneur, and tell us the name of your company and how long you've been in business.
My business is We Connect HR, and I've been in HR consulting for over 25 years.
Oh, wow.
But this business has been in for about 2 years.
Okay. And so why did you pick HR as a career?
I picked HR, I feel like I always have to do something to help people, to serve people.
Okay.
And I realized that you're at work about as much as you are at home. So if you're not happy at work, you're not happy at home. So if there's any way I can help with that,
okay.
That's my goal.
So in being an entrepreneur, have you had to come up against any racial or social prejudices in starting your business?
It has been rather interesting. I grew up in Wichita, Kansas, and it's interesting. Here in Kansas City, it's more embracing, and I feel like I can go to any chamber. So I can go to the white chamber, the black chamber, Hispanic chamber. It really doesn't matter. Business is business. I do feel like I have to show my intelligence and talk to my clients, but once they understand I'm here to help them, how to help them with their business and their people, I'm just there to be a sounding board and to find them the resources to grow and to help their people.
So as a young lady, you know, with an education and getting ready to take life by the horns, what made you say, I can be an entrepreneur?
Human resources is a 40, 50 hour a week job. Okay. I have 2 children, and I realized I needed to be flexible for them. And I was also able to reach a lot more companies with my consulting. If I worked for a company, I could only work with those individuals, but I feel like in my consulting, I can work with a lot of different companies that need my assistance, and I feel like I'm a translator with helping the companies with their people. How can they grow? How can they help their people grow and sustain them? Okay.
So in the process of being an entrepreneur and working hard, how do you put your faith into that? How did God help you along the way?
Prayer. I pray a lot. It's where I go to when I feel that I'm empty and I need to refill my inside. I recall many years ago, I was living in Topeka, Kansas. I prayed to the Lord for my husband. I said, these are the attributes I want. I want a Christian man who's educated, who I want a tall man, so I look small. And not 2 weeks later, my husband showed up. And
all right, y'all better get to praying up in here.
My sister kept saying, you're picky, I'm picky. I'm like, I am picky.
Absolutely.
Because I know what I want and I know what I need. It took me a long time to get my education. I mean, anyone can get their education. And he's a God-fearing man, so it had to be a Christian man.
Right.
And it was very interesting how we've grown together for our children and how I pray, and I still pray for him and our children every day. And in my business, I've had really great mentors who occasionally will just stop and pray and look at what's going on in our life and realize this too shall pass.
Fantastic. Well, Olivia, thank you for being with us today. And as you are leaving, I want you to help people. You said something real key, education. And being in HR, you see a lot of people who come in, they're excited about the job, but they don't have the qualifications. So kind of help our audience understand how important it is to not let anything stop you from getting your education.
Oh, definitely. It took me 6 years to get my undergrad, and I went full-time some of the time and part-time some of the time, depending on how much money I had in the bank at that time. And my mother also passed during that time, but I was determined and had a goal at the end to finish. You have to have that goal at the end that you're going to finish no matter what, and God will support you in whatever you need. It's amazing how, grant money and when I moved to K-State, I couldn't find a job, and then a job opened up making very good money. So it was interesting how you put your goal out there and it's the heavens align and everyone supports you, and people will come to you who will help you support your education.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being here. Give her another round of applause. Thank you, Olivia.